If it sucks, like and subscribe any goddamn way, okay? Because this is what we're doing. We're going to like and subscribe anyway because I'm going to get better.
I wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around, I want you around.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Adulting Again. I'm Stephanie G. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, hey girl, hey, thanks for clicking on my video. For anyone that doesn't know, I am in my early 40s and I started this channel to fill a void in that 40-year gap because we're kind of like the forgotten ones. You have your 20s, you living it up, partying it up, right? Then you have your 30s crew, your dirty 30s or flirty 30s, whatever you want to call them, right? And then no one really talks about the 40s. It's just like they just come and go. And you're just existing. That's what I've learned and I've watched over time. Like, even with my mom and my aunts and things like that, when I look back and I think back in time, I really didn't see them living during that moment. And I think it is because they were missing key components that told them it's okay. And you can live out loud, you can live your life, you can do all these things instead of doing some of the things that I'm talking about today. So what we're going to talk about are things you can do to improve your 40s today. Now these things are going to be in no particular order, but I did want to have some notes so I can stay on track. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is living more intentional. We get into those mundane tasks of going to work, coming home, getting something to eat, whether it's out, cooking, watching something on TV, scrolling on our phones, going to bed. Rinse, repeat, doing the same exact thing every single day. And we become bored with our lives. I've been there. I'm there now. Where it's like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that you want to do? And that's where the intentional living comes into play. And so I have implemented now going to the gym, creating a regimen and things of that nature so that I can break up the monotony of my day. Yes, it is structured and it is a routine, but that's totally different than aimless routine and just existing. We're not here to just exist, sis. We are here to live this one life that we have. I'll get on a different day where I feel like we have multiple lives and we just don't remember them. But that's neither here nor there. Today we're talking about how we can improve these 40s. And I do believe that if we implement some different aspects of our lives and to become more intentional, and that's in the office and outside of the office, cutting off our work day and saying, these are my hours, I now need to go and work out, go for that walk or whatever it is that you have designed for yourself for that, for intentionality, if that's a word, girl. But so you want to ensure that you are being more intentional with your life. Whatever that structure or those things are for you, make sure that you are not just existing, but there is some intentional behaviors, intentional routines that make you feel better about your day before you go to bed. is to get healthy, girl. In your 40s, your hormones change, which directly affects your metabolism, which directly affects fat loss or weight gain. And for me, and for pretty much every woman, there are some women that are naturally skinny. Doesn't mean she's healthy, but again, different conversation for a different day. Today, getting healthy, going for those walks, 20 minutes minimally a day to help to build the routine to help have a more healthy heart, which is super important. So even if you take a class once a week or twice a week or something of that nature, that'll be great for you. I cannot go to the gym in the morning. I have to go after work. I can't get up extra early and go to the gym. That was my thing. That's what I kept saying for a year. I cannot tell you how much life has improved for me since I started utilizing the gym at my job. Well, first and foremost, it was closed. But now that it's open, if you follow me on Instagram, you already see that I kind of post whatever time that I get up. It's typically around the 4:30 range is when I post the time that I'm up. Now it has sometimes gotten to be like a 4:50. But even still, I am still getting up. I'm showing that I'm up, and then I get up, I take my bag that I already pre-packed, and I go to work. I take my clothes that I'm gonna wear for that day and everything. I never thought I was gonna be that girl. I didn't. I did not think that I was gonna be the person that has their clothes on a hanger with their bag and they're going to the gym. Girl, that is me. I didn't think I would be that person. I am so proud that I have become that person, that I have started to create that routine, because I feel so much better when I go into the job. So if you do have a gym at your job or close to your job, try it once or twice a week with getting up earlier and going to the gym and seeing how you feel. And then once you do that, then you can truly say whether you are or are not a morning gym person, because I am now. Didn't think that I would be, but I am. Also, with creating that routine to move to get more healthy, I don't want to use air quotes, to get more healthy, you want to try to make better food choices. I'm not saying to go vegan, I'm not saying to go vegetarian, I'm not saying to use any label. What I am saying is to drink more water, to hydrate yourself, also to help flush out the toxins, eat more fruits and vegetables, and cut back on some of the fried foods. Make better food choices so that it will nourish your body and so that you can feel good about going to the gym or whatever have you, or taking that 20-minute walk, because there's nothing wrong with taking a 20-minute walk per day. You actually really should. If you don't do anything else, if you don't sign up for the gym or anything like that, take the 20-minute walk, sis. It will improve everything. More than anything, it'll improve your heart health. So if nothing else, do that for yourself. Two things that I really wanted to talk about really quickly is getting your annual exams. That's super important. And also now implementing getting mammograms. Mammograms in your 40s is extremely important for early detection in breast cancer. And I myself have coworkers where they didn't want to get the exams and they were scared and they had the form and never went. It was after I got mine and I said it wasn't bad. It was really not that bad that they said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna sign up. Because we have heard horror stories previously where it was terrible, and so you're thinking that it's gonna be the worst thing ever. And I am here to tell you, if no one else has, getting a mammogram does not hurt. It's a teeny bit uncomfortable for like 2 seconds, but it does not hurt. Please get your mammograms, ladies. and I'm off my soapbox with getting annual exams as well as mammograms. The next thing is find a hobby. I have my phone right here, so this ain't a hobby, sis. This is not a hobby. It is not. Oh, if you want to know what I'm doing, scrolling. Y'all know what I'm doing. This is not a hobby. It's not. I enjoy social media. I enjoy creating content. I also enjoy consuming content. However, I know that that is not the vibe. It's not the wave, as the kids say. It's not the wave, sis. Find a hobby. And no, I'm not talking about knitting, unless that's something that you've always wanted to do, something that you feel passionate about. Cool. Get your knit on. However, it should be something, again, that you are passionate about, have always wanted to do. It's nothing wrong with trying the things. Trying pottery. You know, we always, you know how we watched Ghost when it first came out with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, and they was doing the clay pottery. And you just always really felt like, I think I want to do that. I know I did anyway. I'm going to talk for myself. But it's one of those things where it's like, that might be something that I'm good at. You never know unless you try. Or it could be something that you would maybe get another skill set to hone in for your career. It does not have to do anything with your career, but if you wanted to, or say you wanted to pivot your career, because that's another video on pivoting and switching it up, changing those careers because you're sick and tired of being where you at. Let me know if that's a video that y'all want me to do. I'm doing it anyway, but let me know if that's a video that you want me to do. Let me know. If you are ready for a change in your career, sis, let me know in the comments. Say, I'm ready for a change. It's very important just to be open to new things and to be open to exploring a new hobby or a different type of restaurant or new foods or whatever have you. So many people have said, oh, I don't like sushi, I hate sushi. And then I'm like, well, try it, or try what I have. Even if we go out to a sushi restaurant and they just get the fried rice, because that's kind of what we kind of grew up with what a lot of people grew up with. Going to the Chinese store, getting your 4 wings, fried hard, salt, pepper, and ketchup, if that's your thing, or salt, pepper, and hot sauce, and some fried rice, egg foo young, all those things. Never, and I know that those are Chinese, that's the Chinese food, I get that. But you kind of still take that thought process for our culture to have those, and I say that is our culture because that was the food that was accessible in my neighborhood or very close to any neighborhood that I've lived in. And so you go to a Japanese restaurant and you see fried rice, and that's just the first thing that you'll stop at. You know, fried rice with some shrimp, fried rice with some chicken, or just vegetable fried rice. That's pretty much where you'll end at. And instead of exploring the wonton soup, the hot and spicy soup, or whatever have you, even the seaweed salad, that's like super good. But be open to trying those things. You never know what you'll like. All right, we're down to the last 2 things to improve your 40s today. The next thing is to experiment with new styles. And I'm talking about in the fashion sense. So we have our classic, our street style, our preppy, our casual, our what I like to call Parisian style. And we also have edgy. There's many more styles, I'm sure, but those are the ones that come to mind right now. If I had to classify my style, it would probably be classic, street, and edgy. I love a good faux leather pant. I love a good leather anything, which falls into the edgy category. I love a good blazer, and that falls into the classic style. And then I love the street style. I'm getting more and more into street style because that just goes back to like the 90s vibe. And that's pretty much how I grew up, dressing in the 90s vibes and the 90s style. So it's something that I enjoy. I don't always want to wear tight-fitting jeans and things like that. Sometimes I just want to wear my baggier pants and my crop tops and my shirts like this, but open and maybe with a bra leg. I love that street style, oversized clothing. So try a different style. If you're not sure what your style is and if you're stuck in the same style of clothing that you were in your 20s, I think it is time to jump out there and try to elevate your style. And that means that you're gonna have to experiment to see what you like. See if you like to wear a flat, see if you like to wear heels, see if now you never really were a sneaker person, but now you wanna try, a Jordan 1 or a Nike blazer. See if that's your style. It's kind of my style. See if that's also your style. You never know until you try it. Experiment. Maybe do, if you're gonna do a trendy style though, limit it to 2 trendy pieces at a time. You can't have all of these things going on because you're gonna look like you're trying to be young. And that's not what we're doing. We're just elevating our wardrobes. I like to keep mine a little bit more neutral, just so that I can mix and match and things of that nature. But you do whatever you want, because maybe you're more into colors and prints and things of that nature. They're not as versatile with mixing and matching in your closet by utilizing those type of clothing, but try it anyway. You are annoying. I swear to God. And our last thing that we can do to improve our 40s today is adopt a new habit to replace some of the self-sabotaging habits that we have. This one is gonna take some work because you really have to go inward with this. You have to really sit with yourself. You really have to do some of the shadow work in order to figure out or come to grips with what those negative or self-sabotaging habits are. It might be getting into the same type of relationship with the same type of loser who is not helping you to elevate or improve your life or anything like that, puts you down, talks crazy to you, hits on you, anything like that. Girl, it's time to move on. If you have friendships that are, you're only always putting out, always the person that's calling them, they're never calling you. And if they do call you, it's to download on you. And I know for me, I don't do well with being downloaded on all the time. And that doubles back to that intentional portion. There are times where people come to me and I know I'm not giving them the response that they want from me, and it's because I am now living more intentional. And I'm saying, I'm sorry, but it sounds like a you issue. It has nothing to do with me. Even in my marriage, there has been a time where my husband has came to me and he's brought an argument home with me, and I'm like, hold on, brother, that is an issue that you had outside of here. Now you're transferring that aggression onto us, and that's a no. And at sometimes they don't understand that, and that's okay. But you are, again, living more intentional. I'm wrapping back around, but you're living more intentional, and you're able to say, not today. Sometimes you might say, not today, Satan. But in order for you to create the new habits, sometimes you're going to have to shed some of the old habits and identify what those habits are that are hindering you from growing, so that you can do all of these things that I mentioned today, because that's really what it boils down to. We want to grow. We're coming into a whole new life. We've gone through adolescence, gone through those teenage years, gone through those 20s, experienced all the highs and lows, ups and downs, twists and turns, parenting, for most of us. And even if that's being a stepmom, you may not have had children, but if you had brothers and sisters that you had to take care of, or you had relatives that you had to take care of, you have given that mothering aspect for sure. So don't discount that portion that you had to give up in order to help someone else, where now you're reclaiming that time back. Shout out to Maxine Waters for that. You are reclaiming your time. And that's what adulting again is. It is relearning and understanding who we are in this time of midlife, because that's what the 40s are. In this time of midlife, we're now trying to understand who we are, what we like, what we don't like. And all of those things are okay. So I hope that today's conversation was one that you can take with you, that you can sit with, and you can start to implement these things, as I said today. Let me know if you enjoyed this conversation. Give it a big thumbs up. Share with some of your homegirls, your aunties, your aunties, anyone that's in our age demographic. Anyone from 40 to 60 can enjoy, and younger. Even if you're in your 30s, you'll be coming into your 40s. So this is some information that I wanted to share for us. I hope that you enjoyed today's conversation. Believe me, that is what we will be talking about much more frequently on this channel, in addition to having the lifestyle vlogs, in addition to the fashion and beauty content that I'll be putting out. This will be the main portion of this channel. I hope you'll stick around. I do have great topics that I want to bring to you all. If you have any suggestions, please list them down below. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, bye.